Check it out, y'all. Just swing to the left, swing to the right. Make it feel good, make it feel alright. One time, feel good, yeah, yeah.
Just taste the funk and hit it. Just get on down.
You're now listening to the sounds of Miss Demeanor.
Missy be the name and y'all should already know. I've been around long as Scarface, so shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. This is Kevin Harlan with my partner Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg. Doris Burke is on the sideline. The Hornets log another stop on their travel schedule in today's matchup. And 8th place in the East, they're in the playoff hunt.
And Kevin, remember, this is the second and final time they'll see these guys. So they want to make sure that things are different this time. I would look for them to really attack and play aggressively early on.
Well, I think that's a given, Steve. They've got to. I mean, if they want to get a different result. I'm sure they took something away from that game, so let's find out if they can put that knowledge to use for them here in this one.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Roberson in at small forward. Inside, you have Vonleh and Jefferson. Henderson out there with Mo Williams. And here's Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Well, whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game that it really became an issue for their opponent as the game wore on.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Los Angeles ball. 22 seconds on the shot clock. 22.
Griffin kicks to Pondexter. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Pondexter's got the first points up on the board for the Clippers. You know, for a player whose star shines as brightly as Blake Griffin, Steve, it seems there are a lot of naysayers regarding his game, although I think you and I would agree he expanded his game, certainly this past year.
Well, I can tell you this. I am not one of those naysayers because I think Blake Griffin was the third best player in the NBA last year. The offensive expansion to his game, the post game, the passing, the ball handling in transition. I mean, he is an amazing player, and has gotten better and better every year. Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot.
The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Paul kicks to Redick. And it's Jordan atop the key. Pass to Paul. The dish to Redick. Just 5 to shoot. Into Jordan. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And, you know, hey, anytime a player starts to get a lot of endorsements and TV spots, It puts them under the magnifying glass. You become a target. Other players see Blake Griffin on that pedestal, and they're not going to hesitate sometimes to try to take him down the peg.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
Ball against Williams. Paul dishes to Griffin. Kicks to Reddick. Clippers moving the ball around. Fades away. And Griffin with the score. The assist from Reddick. Griffin's got his first points in this one.
And for Griffin, an all-star from his rookie season, the spotlight came early, but it hasn't taken away from his competitive drive. And I think the criticism he's faced, fair or not, it will only spur him to greater heights.
Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Utah Jazz.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys. Is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Henderson passes to Jefferson. Plays it up and banks it in.
That's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Clippers trail by 3. Paul with the ball. Williams picks him up. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Let's pause for just a moment to see the teams that have been extremely effective with their three-point shooting this past month. The Hornets, number 1.
Seems like their whole team is in a great rhythm from the three-point line right now. They've put on a display from long range.
Now here's Williams. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Roberson. That one wide left.
I tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles, and for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the second season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in LA.
And so here's Charlotte. The Clippers getting the bucket. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Here's Reddick. Again, Los Angeles.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Now here's Henderson, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's Roberson. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Roberson's got 9.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jins is checked in. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. Hito Turkoglu's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Zeller comes in for Vonleh. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Mo Williams. Now here's Turkoglu. Ball outside. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He told the franchise that he wants their offense to run through him. That may be a strategy that comes as a little bit of a surprise, but Coach is showing a lot of confidence in his ability to produce an outstanding effort today. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now here's Paul. He had 28 points in the win against Houston.
And with 3 steals, he also showed some grit and toughness at the defensive end.
It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
At the line for 2.
He misses the free throw.
And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years have gone.
You know, having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can grow together.
And here is Paul, following the three from Roberson. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Out left to the wing. Here's Roberson, defended by Turkoglu. Roberson gets the bucket.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Paul, right side, with the fadeaway. No luck.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Roberson. Back to Kid Gilchrist. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the evening. Here's Paul. Can't get it to go. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Hornets lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Hey, Mr. Venner. Yo, hola.
And welcome back as we Eddie's Day broadcast. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too. You know, an interesting statement came from the mouth of CP3 last year when he mentioned that he feels that Allen Iverson was the most influential player ever. Interesting. Most probably would have said Jordan.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Turkoglu. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Davis. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Redick in at the 2-guard spot.
You talk about Allen Iverson's influence. You know, Chris Paul wears the number 3 jersey in honor of Iverson. Paul was about 10 years old when the answer started his NBA career, so a huge influence.
Now, Kid Gilchrist, following the three-point attempt by Austin Rivers. Here's Roberson, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Roberson's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Hornets. Clippers trail by 10. And you look at Chris Paul and Allen Iverson. What similarities do you see in their games?
Well, really just size. That's the only thing. Allen Iverson was a speed merchant. Chris has tremendous and deceptive speed, a little stronger, more of a quarterback. AI was just a freak.
Oh, what a throwdown there.
Man, tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Both teams. That'll do it for the first half. Hornets ahead, leading by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Look, Kevin, I've got Doc Rivers. And, Doc, what was happening for the team in that first half, and how do you approach the rest of this game?
I thought we missed some great shots in the first quarter. You can see it effectiveness. We've been struggling offensively, so it's natural. But we're a defensive team, and we got to be that in the third quarter.
Doc, appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
Hey guys, listen up.